What's up, guys? This is Jay from Generation Geek, and with it being Black History Month, we're still going to be covering some black superheroes in all of comics and their most powerful feats. And today we have no one other than the notorious Spawn. Spawn is probably one of the most inconsistent characters I have ever done a feat list on. He goes from literally being god tier to getting punched by street trash and able to not be able to take hits from humans. It's very interesting, but we're going to get into it. As always, if you guys are new here, please like, share, subscribe, and join the Geek fam. We'll love to have you. Alright, now as we get into it, as I said before, Spawn has some of the most OP feats, but at the same time has some of the most inconsistent and low showings ever. In one instance, Spawn is strong enough to literally knock a being like Malbolgia, this super huge demon, off its feet with one punch. Like, knock it off its feet. The thing has to weigh tons with one swing. But then in the next instance, he gets in a fight with Batman. Yes, the one and only Batman. And Batman is able to go blow for blow with Spawn, with them having almost the same amount of injuries, both looking tired and exhausted, and basically seeming as if he's human. Like, I get, Spawn likes to, he's a soldier, he still likes to depend on his weapons and stuff like that, but even in hand-to-hand combat, like, he's not able to even, like, out-battle Batman, of course. It's really just a human. He's peak human, but, human nonetheless, which is just, yeah, it's kind of wild. Then we got these other instances of strength where Spawn is literally able to, what looks like to be pretty much like half of an entire building. Literally, he's able to lift up a bottom half of an entire building and throw it at this powerful demonic entity. Like, he's like two hands, like not even using his chains, like he actually lifts it up to the ground and just chuck this thing that has to weigh hundreds of tons, like hundreds of tons of strength, and just chucks it at it. But then he's getting beat up in fist fights with Batman. I don't know, I don't make the rules, it just is what it is.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
What's up, guys? This is Jay. As you guys know, we love making content for you guys, but as we're starting to notice, many of you are watching, but many of you are not subbing. So why not join the Geek fam? Come rock with us. Just hit that sub button, hit the bell. We'll love to have you. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
And then you have instances like when he was fighting this cyborg, like he's able to like shrug off, laser blast with his cape, with his suit Letha. He's able to, redirect some of the energy and then not do damage, but then he gets hit by like a missile and it blows a hole through his chest. Like, he has some very, very interesting things, but when he does have his high showings, they're like super uberly impressive. And most times, even when he does take a significant amount of damage, he's able to regenerate it from. Like the feat I just talked about when he was shot by, it was a Japanese anti-tank missile. It literally blew a hole right through this man's chest, but with his magical abilities, he was able to heal, regenerate it. And as always, we know, Spawn takes, bullets all the time. He gets shot all the time. He's able to almost heal from anything. I think the only thing that Spawn cannot recover from is literally being decapitated. That's the one thing that kills them all. Yeah, but back to his high showings, he's able to fight beings like other Spawn, in which he was literally able to punch this other Spawn's heads completely off. And then he was able to go toe-to-toe with Violator, one of his main bad guys, the one with the clown face that everybody knows, many a times. And one of their final fights, he literally knocks off the Violator's head. Like, he punches his head clean off of his shoulders, which of course is the only way to really kill, the demons or the angels in the Spawn verse. That's really the only way to do it. You have to decapitate them. And he's strong enough physically to do that and punch a hole through, the heads and stuff like that. And these beings can, shrug off bullet shots and high caliber rounds like they're nothing. Spawn also has like crazy amounts of like summoning and magic power. In one instance, he was with Angela, who of course now is in Marvel Comics, has been retconned to be the son of Odin and the sister of Thor, which is very interesting. But this time she was just Angela, Angel of Heaven, angelic warrior, super strong, very, very powerful. In one instance he was with her, and Spawn was able to summon an entire forest. He used his magical power to literally pull an entire forest out of the ground. Like, the matter manipulation powers are off the charts, but again, it's very interesting he's able to do that. And then we have scans like this in which he uses power just to, you know, materialize some wine, some strawberry wine. Like it's very high and low with Spawn. Like it's kind of all over the place sometimes, but the fact that we know that his high showings are very high, we know what he's truly capable of. But even back to Angela, there's been, of course, times where Spawn and Angela have gone head to head. Spawn, in one occasion, was actually able to make Angela flee. They got into a fight. He pulled her into a portal, which seemingly was about to take her to hell, and it scared her so much that he forced her to literally fly away. Like she even left her weapon. She was like, oh, no, I'm not taking this with me. Like, I'm gone. I'm out of here. So even as far as battle feats, of course, Spawn has crazy battle feats. Almost anybody in his verse, he's gone against angels, demons, God, Satan, all of them. He's been able to pretty much overcome any obstacle. The thing I like about Spawn the most is that in many of these fights, he loses sometimes too, but he always comes back and finds a way to get the dub in the end. And then we get into Spawn's most powerful feat. So as I just spoke of before, in this verse there is a God and Satan, but the God in this universe is not really God. There's the real God is what they call the mother of all beings, and basically they made it that God, little God, and Satan are actually brothers, and they just have an eternal fight against each other, which obviously is not how it goes in the Judeo, Christian version. But in this version, their version, God and Satan are brothers who are really petty, and they just have all this uber power, and they just fight over just anything. And they don't even know why at this point, they've been fighting for so long, they don't even know why they're really fighting anymore. But in this instance, Spawn, the mother of all beings, gave Spawn basically the powers of God, encompassing all the power of the little fake God and Satan. And in doing so, Spawn was able to not only beat them, but he literally obliterated all life on Earth. It was called the White Light event. So again, this is probably the highest showing of Spawn, when Spawn basically became God. Like, he became God. He literally had the whole world in his hands, like, not even figuratively speaking. Like, he actually had it in his hands, and all the angels, all the demons, all life on Earth, Spawn literally killed and destroyed everything. So after he did that, he takes the little fake God and the Satan, and he literally makes and puts them in this illusion, in this little pocket dimension, and they're just fighting each other for all of eternity. Like, he's able to put God and Satan, who were these all-powerful beings in this universe, well, secondary all-powerful beings in this universe, and he puts them into this pocket dimension, and they just go on this everlasting fight for as long as they figure themselves out and, I guess, make peace and become friends or something. I don't know what the plan was, but that's what he does, and it was never continued from there. But yeah, the power that Spawn had is crazy. And then even after that, he destroyed everything, and Spawn literally recreated the world again back in his image. He went and gave up his power and went back to being a Hell Spawn once again. And yeah, this is probably by far the highest showing that Spawn has ever had. I mean, if you can beat Satan, like Satan and little fake God, their power was equal. It was said they were equal, and they were just fighting for eternity, and they just basically were just using like humanity, and angels, demons, and little action figures, and just smashing them against each other and just making them fight to their own enjoyment, until they realized that Spawn was a bigger threat, and this was the first time they ever joined forces was to attack him. So yeah, definitely Spawn's highest showing of power for sure. And alright guys, that's my list. If there's anybody you guys would like to see me do, please leave in the comments and let us know. And as always, I have been Jay from Generation Geek. Y'all be blessed. Peace.